Hi friends, we are working on making an animal. All right, making an animal. So the first thing I want you to do is turn your paper whichever way you best feel it's going to fit. If it's just like a portrait of a dog and you just have the head or the head of a lion, then you might choose to put it portrait way. All right. If you have, sorry, my computer is acting a little wonky. It has been doing all day. I'm going to turn my paper sideways, landscape way, because I'm going to draw a squirrel. I'm also going to put my name at the bottom, my first and last name. Always practice doing your name. And then put whatever grade you are in. All right. Once you do that, we are going to go ahead and draw this together. So here we go, maybe. And this takes part, we're doing animals in art. And if you want to do a watercolor, you can find an artwork that does watercolor. We are focusing on working on shading. And if you need to write that down, all right, shading. We have to make sure that we have some darks like a shadow. And we also have to make sure we have a horizon line. And the horizon line is basically showing space. So if this is your animal, we're going to draw a line behind it to show that there is some space in your picture. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what they're doing here. All right. And obviously this is a commercial, sorry. All right, so as you can see, we just have to get the shape of the squirrel on our paper first. All right, and he's talking about using the side of his pencil. He really shaved all the wood off. All right, and so on the right side of our paper, I always like to put a dot in the middle of my paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dot in the middle of my paper after, okay, there we go. All right, a dot. And then on the right side, I'm just making the squirrel head shape, which is about the size of a golf ball. All right. And then he went ahead and made a plus sign. So just lightly draw, as light as you can, draw a plus sign. Draw a little line under the circle. Now, if I'm going too fast, you just go ahead and you pause the video. All right. I see where he is putting that eyeball. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put my eyeball. You see how the plus sign over here is the eyeball? And then he added that little shape. And this is very similar to drawing the portrait, where we are actually drawing the, sorry friends, I heard somebody outside. We're drawing shades and we're drawing just the portrait of the squirrel. Okay, I don't know where the other one went. Oh my goodness, sorry friends. All right, there it is. All right, so we got a little nose going on there too. Let me go ahead. Oh, we went to another commercial. I did add an ad blocker. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And actually, I'm right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little darker. But you see the nose looks like a sideways V that stops a little early. All right, he's adding the ears right now, which look like an upside down U, and then sort of looks like half of a heart. Okay, turns into half of a heart. So let me go ahead. When I'm clicking this, it's not going. There we go. So a half of a heart, and then the V shape. All right, so it's just a sideways V there. I feel like Sorry, friends. I didn't start it at the right spot. All right, so I just want you to know to go back up and drag that up until, if I call this the first quadrant, second, third, fourth, it's the second one. This side, it looks like a backwards check mark for me. All right, and then we've got this heart shape. All right. Now, since you're probably watching this because you are having trouble doing it on your own, I'm just going to keep it like this because it'll go a lot quicker. And so I see that he added, it looks like a sideways J. All right. So it starts out diagonal line down and then comes over to the mouth. All right. I'm making it slightly darker. I'm sure you could zoom into this. Now look at the middle of the head. We're going to continue on the left side, just like he does, and start out by going and then start aiming it down. All right. And this is with a circle. All right. And we are just using basic shapes to begin to make a three-dimensional animal. That's his little hands. It's below that line, a little outside of the, under the nose. All right. Then there's a big smile that connects from under that little golf ball for his shoulders and then comes up to that little hand. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and start that, the head behind the ear, rolling off from the circle, diagonal line to the left. And then we're going to make a big old C. Oh my goodness, friends, I'm so sorry. Big C. All right, notice how far down the C comes. It's a big old C. But it stops, and there's where we're going to be adding major dark shadow later on at the very end. Just to add that horizon line. Now, friends, I want you to stop right now, and I want you to take it one step further. Please drag this line all the way across the bottom of your paper, left and right. Okay, thank you very much. All right, now this looks like a J, and it's underneath the middle of this arm. Again, friends, please make sure you are pausing the video. All right, and then you're going to duplicate this line here. And then we need his feet, which is just a little frowny curved line. Last, we have to add the tail, which is a bigger C that gets a little bit bigger than the body. All right. So, keeping it going. And it looks like a Mickey Mouse here, doesn't it? See that? Mickey Mouse here. So just start going straight up and then over. And that is going to be our tail. All right. You're going to erase that plus sign that you made in the head that helps you put the lines in the right spot. You're going to go back to that eyeball that slightly went over that horizontal line. And you are going to make it super dark. Once you know exactly where it is, you're going to make a little V at the bottom like he did, and a little upside down V. You're going to make the big circle there in the eyeball, and then everything else is going to be shaded super duper black. All right. This is going to be one of the darkest things. emphasis. You want everybody to focus on the eyeball. So make sure that the eyeball is nice and dark, and make sure that the eyeball is in the right spot. Then you can just take your finger and go over it a little bit with Mr. Dirty Finger. Now we're going to go up here to the ear. And if you need to readjust, go right ahead. And look outside, look at the squirrels that are out there. We're just making it a little darker. All right, outlining. The nose is a little bit of a backwards C there. And then like turn it into a letter V, like he just did. And then you're going to see how the head formed out of that. You're also going to add a little candy cane for the other ear. Okay. Next, you're going to go to that bottom of that circle and make that chin. And then you're going to roll it out. Look at it. It looks like a fancy letter J he just made. Sideways. All right. And just trace around your hand. And trace around that J shape. You might add another little, the other hand showing, and you might draw a little something that he has in his hand. Now let's go back and darken up his back. All right, and darken up. Once you know you're in the right spot and it looks good, you can go back and darken it. Don't darken it until you're all done. Now remember the shadow, the sunshine flashing over here. Okay, remember your sunshine's over here on the light side. You're going to maybe shade this lighter, a little lighter, making sure you have eraser lines here. But over here, we're going to really make it dark so he's got a shadow. All right, don't forget the shadow. All right, he is using the side of his pencil. I cannot believe this, friends. Hopefully you can see over here, mine is, and see me talking. I just go a lot faster. If you can see, I just like narrating what he's doing, and then I'm doing it too. All right, we're doing his little belly. Zigzag lines, diagonal lines up and down. All right, go over that edge, that line you made, so you can't see the line. Then you're just taking your pencil, look at that, you pick it up with your 2 fingers, and then you can hold it, and you're just using the side of your pencil. All right, and I think I went too far. I'm supposed to be over here. So let me back up and look at those big strokes I can get just being done with all that. Now we're going to go back and we're going to make it look nicer and more detailed. And notice which way the hand is going. This one's going up. All right, they stopped showing it. All right. And then this one sort of goes to the left. All right. So we want to use the side of our pencil to shade in our animal. And friends, I'm not making you do this squirrel, but if you need narrated directions, or if you just like working with me, you can make the squirrel too. All right. This arm here, oh, he erased us, didn't he? Sometimes you'll be able to even see the muscle structure. All right, so I'm not really making any pencil lines. It's just all the side of my pencil shading. All right, just using the side, not the tip. All right, and just paying attention to which direction you're going. It matters more over here with the tail. Now we're just going to go diagonal for the neck. And then if you've ever seen them, sometimes they go in little rows.